What's up, everybody? It's Dominec369 for Occultism Unleashed, coming at you for the new moon in Scorpio. As you can see, the new moon happened a couple hours ago in the wee hours of the night. The new moon in Scorpio did happen in the United States, 11th house, 11th house, and you see it's in the sign of Scorpio. New moon means that, all the cards are on the table right now, and things will be revealed. This new moon is making a square to the United States natal moon. The natal moon in the United States chart rules the eighth house. The eighth house rules debt and it rules death. It rules taxes. It rules, the money that the government owes to the, Federal Reserve, about $34 trillion in debt. So some secrets are going to come out. Some things are going to be revealed to the public because the third house is the house of the public, and the moon is in the third house in the United States chart. So look for some bad news about, the money situation and the truth about the United States economy to come out over the next 2 weeks as we move into the full moon, which is going to occur in Taurus, in the fifth house, which rules the stock market and investments. Look for some adverse action to pop off. Now, what we have here is a situation where it's a lot of optimism, and some of it is well placed and some of it is false optimism. When we look at, Venus, which rules the fifth house and the sixth house, the fifth house rules the stock market, investments, and things like that. The sixth house rules the workers, the unions, the public servants. Now, Venus, up here in the top of the United States chart, in a house that it rules, the 10th house, is making a square to Jupiter today. A big news is going to come today that's going to shake up the United States, and it's not going to be good. You look at the past 2 days, you've been seeing on the news, they've been bombing the bases in Iraq, killing troops. That's another square. And this square happens to the natal Venus in the 7th house that rules war. Today, Venus squares Jupiter. Jupiter is in the house that rules war in the United States. Venus rules the 6th house. 6th house governs the military. I will tell you this, today, Joe Biden is scheduled to meet with China's President Xi. If Biden thinks that the G.I. Joe patriarchal America's your white daddy and you're going to do what we say thing is going to work still, they're in for a rude awakening. They're in for a rude awakening that will bring this country to its knees. There is going to be military interaction in the Middle East. There is, and they're already active over there. They're not going to be able to conceal it. In about 8 days, it's going to square the sun. The sun rules the 9th house, foreign affairs. Foreign affairs. As it squares the sun, it's also going to conjoin Saturn in the 10th house. The 10th house governs the president. It governs the president. And it also, Saturn governs the 2nd house of values and money. Some very interesting things are about to happen in the United States. And this is what I'll say. The sun today is getting ready to sextile Neptune. Sun as it sextiles Neptune, which rules this 3rd house. The sun rules Leo, so that's the 9th house of publishing, overseas affairs, higher education. It's going to sextile Neptune. Neptune rules this 3rd house, Pisces, which is intercepted, meaning there's deception, occultism, spiritual manipulation, of the people of the United States via occult methods in the publications, in the TV shows, brainwashing. This sextile right here means they're gonna run a pretty successful misinformation campaign real soon about international affairs, about the state of international affairs. You have Mars also sextiling us, Neptune in the ninth house. Now, Mars rules the fourth house. The fourth house rules black people because they're at the bottom of the barrel in the United States, and it rules a political party that's not in power. This tells you right here that the Republicans are going to use the legal system to expose people's secrets, detailed secrets. The Civil War in the United States is heating up on the political front. It's heating up real hot. And it's not gonna calm down. I'm telling you now. It's not gonna calm down, man. They're fighting a lot of wars in corporations and banks right now. It's gonna dramatically affect, a lot of people's ability to live, not just black people. And poor white people think, Trump gonna come in and be their hero. You got another fucking thing coming. A lot of people are in for a rude awakening. A rude awakening, man. You might get something worse than Trump. A lot worse. We got Venus. Again, you say Venus is making a square to Jupiter today. Something is going to happen with the military and investments that affect the face of this nation adversely, in a bad way. In a bad way, You got Mars trining Mercury in the United States 8th house. In the next couple days, you're going to see the United States get into some beef for their allies. It is most likely going to be Israel, and people are going to die behind it. People are going to die behind this. Neptune retrograde is retrograding into a trine with Mercury. More easy deception through publication and media in regards to war situations and their allies. These people are getting their back kicked in and not telling y'all about it. They're getting their back kicked in. And they're not going to tell you about it. We see Mars getting ready to make a sextile to Pluto. See Mars getting ready to sextile Pluto in the second house of money. You're gonna see the government doing some things for disenfranchised people. They're gonna be quiet tip programs. They're gonna be on the quiet tip, but there are gonna be some programs. There's gonna be some breakthroughs. Be on the lookout so you can take advantage of them. But as Mars moves into this square with the moon, in the next 10 days, the moon rules debt and death. Debt and death. Mars rules the fourth house. This is on the home front. You may see a spike in what they call domestic terrorism. Might see a strong spike in that. And the aspects, as I said, with the Sun and Mars to Neptune in the ninth, it's going to be a misinformation campaign. False flag. Pluto is getting ready to move into Aquarius. This is good things for the crypto. This is in the second house of money. So it's a good thing for the crypto. Saturn has moved direct on the 4th. And as I told you before, when Saturn went direct, a lot of people's secrets would come out. You see that the Department of Justice has a major investigation into people from military to political leaders to janitors in the Capitol with prostitution and sex trafficking ring. uh, it's a lot going on, man, and a lot more is about to come out as Saturn moves direct. It's going to move into a square with Uranus that rules United States third house, and a lot of deceptive information is going to be revealed, and it's going to, you're going to see an uptick in cyber attacks. You're going to see a, maybe a couple big blows coming to crypto, but it's not going to last. There's a lot of political things going on, and that's why I advise people who don't have a real degree of expertise in astrology not to invest based on your astrological understanding if you're not an expert. If you do, those losses are on you, not me. That's my disclaimer right now. It's a lot of things going on that affect how the planets work in the charts, and things outside of the planet that affect the chart. And if you're keen on astrology, you know where and how to find these subtleties, and you don't have to worry about that. But disclaimer to those who don't, I'm not responsible if you think, listen to a couple videos can make you an adept in astrology as I am, and you fuck your pockets up. That's on you, not me. But as I said, Saturn's gonna make this square to Uranus, and a lot of information is gonna come out. A lot of misinformation campaigns, a lot of things that affect the public's financial stature in the United States. This could hit hard enough to bring a recession. It's serious business. You know, Jupiter in Taurus is retrograde in the fifth house, and it's gonna move into a sextile with Jupiter, and that might help the U.S. markets. But this is in going into January, January. But it's good things and it's difficult things coming. But my main concern is with Venus, this Venus action making these squares over here, and then the conjunction to Saturn making the square over here. It gives the potential for disaster, real disaster potential. And again, Mars is moving into a square with the moon. The sun is moving into a square with the moon. Some information is going to come out. Some secrets are going to come out. Publications about death and casualties and things like that overseas. It's going to come out. How the people handle it, I said it before, I said it again, they failed to make a proper example out of the people from January 6th. So when the remix comes, it's gonna be nasty. It's gonna be nasty because some people play for keeps, and some people, want to try to pretend to be the moral authority in the situation. And when you try to be the good image instead of the right thing for the situation, you end up, if you wake up with a really sore ass. And I'll leave that at that. Before Venus leaves Libra, it's going to cross over this eclipse point. This would be about 15 days from now, around Thanksgiving. And again, Venus rules the military. Around Thanksgiving, look for crazy shit to happen in the United States. Look for shit to get pretty hectic, man. And it's gonna go fast. It's gonna go hard and fast. Around November 25th is what we're looking at. You see Mars and the Sun moving into opposition with Uranus. This Uranus rules the third house, the American public. I would strongly advise you to make sure you're straight, man. Make sure you're straight. This same day, Mercury, the ruler of the seventh house of war, is opposite Mars, is square Neptune. Mercury rules the intercepted third house of publications and you know, foreign affairs, the international community, higher education and learning. Something big. And they're not gonna tell you the truth. Be ready for deception and be prepared for problems. Be prepared for problems. This same day, Joe Biden has some very adverse aspects to his chart, especially the eighth house, planets in the eighth house ruler that point to his time running out. This is what I tell you. They put a real Klansman as the Speaker of the House. The president dies and the vice president dies, the Speaker of the House becomes the president. This ain't a situation that you want. I'm out.